Previously, we took on someone who has a serious hard-on for the Saw franchise, and we traversed a boat that is seriously not up to code. Possibly contracting tetanus in all forms of diseases possible from rusted metal. But, here we go. Time to finish. We'll be loading the game. There'll be a pause in the audio. I just have to load it. I probably should have loaded the game, but still. Here we go. Separation. Mia finds and frees Ethan from his restraints, but history repeats itself and Ethan must again say goodbye to his wife. Well, she's not dead, but still. Or is she? Who knows? Well, I know, but you're not supposed to know, although probably you already do. He then sets off to find Evelyn, the source of it all, and stop her. Awesome. He should probably bandage his hand. Okay, so, literally, gotta do the mines, and take down Evelyn. This probably won't take too long, so I expect this to be a fairly short stream. Which is possibly a good thing, because my last two have topped and almost come close to 2 hours, so you'd think I actually beat this game in under 2 hours. And like I said, that's a lot of fish. Climb over this. So I'm not sure why this started here, because I'm fairly certain I saved it in the building here, but whatever. Doesn't matter. So we've gone back a minute or two, it's fine. So I don't have enough coins for the Magnum. I may have to reload. I've taken me his things. Well, it was a messy divorce. What do I want? I'll take the shotgun. That. I'll take the grenade launcher, why not? That. And the first aid meds. I think that should be it. I'll take the dirty coin because I think I need that for the Magnum. Yes, in fact I do. Not too worried about not picking up the steroids. This is still easy mode and there's another one down in the mines anyway. We won't listen to that because we've already listened to it in my previous section. Shotgun, Magnum, grenade launcher. As I said before, it's time to Dirty Harry up in this bitch. Bye. 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 Can I get this one? Yep. So a few more will spawn. Is there one behind me? I forget where they spawn completely. I'll take this one though. It definitely sounds like there's one. There it is. I forget what's actually in this box. I think it's just a herb. Yeah, it's just a herb. I don't need. Ah, there it is. Now I know what you're thinking. Did I fire 6 shots? Or was it 7? Well, all this confusion, I don't really know myself. So you got to ask yourself one question. Are you feeling lucky? Nope. Ha! Of course, that's kind of cheating because I've got infinite ammo, so he was screwed either way. Plus I had one left anywho. But I wanted to make that joke, damn it. And this is probably the wrong Magnum for the reference. Oh well. Magnum's a Magnum. Although that statement has probably driven a few gun-toting crazy Americans insane. No, it's not. It's completely different. Here I let my baby hold my 44. You can see the difference. Like I say, again, if you don't let these things spawn fully, they will just shrug off even a shot from the strongest weapon on the game. Well, I think it is. Maybe Albert's stronger. I can't actually remember. So, judging by these tripwires, Lucas has been down here. Missed. Didn't that time. When I say there's not that variety of enemy types, only the 4, but you do get types that have missing limbs and stuff, and crawlers, so I don't know. Seems a bit shallow to me, but whatever. Turn around, because there'll be one of you. Well, there was one of you, and one of you. Like I said, was, present tense. So this is a salt mine. I think it's a salt mine, I'm fairly certain it is. Or it was. It's no longer. Now you can shoot these ones coming up behind you, but you can also just push this. They don't get to you. And, well, unless you dally, they will catch up to you if you take your time doing that. He just disappeared. I like how this game doesn't track accuracy anymore. I mean, 4, 5 and 6 would do that. Just heighten the sensation that you were playing an action game. So I don't think this one tracks accuracy. Ah, it's a laptop. What would a fully functioning laptop be doing down in an abandoned salt mine that could or could possibly not be a laboratory of some description? So as I said, there's the steroids. Well, we're about to find out. Sent Friday, January 16th, 2015. So this is 2 years ago in game. Thanks to you guys, it's been almost a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one too. Well, you can tell who this is just by reading it. Mom and Dad are still totally under though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of fucked up. So yeah, this is Lucas, clearly. Although if it was Zoe, that'd be quite the twist. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Eevee La La Land. I quite enjoy that though. Well done, Lucas, you made her funny. And reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Evelyn would get mad since Mia's her favourite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. Evelyn's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. So yeah, that's the why so many were kidnapped, because Evelyn was not happy with the family she had. It's just silly. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. Well, you don't have to, you could just leave, but whatever. By the way, Eve is looking sick or something. Huh? Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting grey hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Ooh, plot twist. What could that possibly mean? "5 minutes after dose, vomiting. Now I have a problem with these as well. I'll get to that in a second once I've gone through them. E-necrotoxin, E-series dosage test, can't speak. 12 minutes after dose, cell calcification. 10 minutes after dose, death. Or is this just the injection of the E-toxin? Yeah, it is. Okay, scrap that. I thought that was the actual Evelyn's, yeah, her gift, but it's not. It's the toxin thing, which I'm about to get. It's a handy little device, that codex. Tells me where all the important items are involved that are needed to kill Evelyn. E-necrotoxin. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model. Use only for disposal of E-series assets. The toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of an E-series cells of an E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. So yeah, I don't know what that is in the middle. It's some kind of dead thing. I don't know if it's a former E-series or D-series or whatever. Don't think it's really explained, although there is a file here I'm about to read. There it is. This report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium that grows inside of the E-series infects a human. So this is the finally the what happens, because there's always lab reports. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with E-series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. Now there was a lot of talk about what the enemies were going to be in the demo. I don't know where it was stated that they were going to be called the Molded. I don't know if it was put on the Resident Evil 7 Ambassador Program site or the Resident Evil 7 website in general, but yeah, this is basically where you officially find out what they're called. Initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. No shit! During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Now, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I've never actually seen any of the molded regenerate limbs. I could be wrong on that, but maybe I just kill them too quickly. I'd rather not keep something that can kill me in 2 to 3 hits alive for long enough to find out. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-series assets. That's the confirmation that Eve is a hive mind. Sort of. Hive mind is throwing that term around as if I know what it means. I do know what it means. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations, and soon comes under complete control of the E-series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. So yeah, that explains why you think you're seeing things, basically. She's causing it. Well, that's pretty much obvious. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Unless you're the Baker family, who more or less keep their human form, apart from Marguerite, who gets a nice insect hive vagina. Physical mutations differ from case to case, so I suppose that explains that, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Really, I hadn't noticed, from being thrown up a flight of stairs by my 140-pound wife. I was going to say woman then. That's not the word. Well, I suppose. Containing a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult. Yes. Yes, it would be. Which is why you don't. Is there anything on the back? No. But, you know, people love to experiment with shit. And usually get killed by it. This project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for this company's NextBAS, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority. So this started ages ago, 2 years after Raccoon City was destroyed. So I think this, like I say, this is the other organization that was in direct competition with Umbrella. I think it's the organization. It's either the organization that Ada works for, or it's the organization that Wesker was in charge of. It's one or the other, and I think it's or HCF was, as you can see, Yes, next generation experimental battlefield superiority initiative working with technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. So HCF, I think, is what was Wesker's private forces, which I think is explained in possibly Umbrella Corps. I don't know, I've not played it, but it is explained somewhere. I think there's a wiki about it. Nextbas was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different, again, words not so good, from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Gee, that sounds a lot like Las Plagas. Is it like Las Plagas? No, it's nothing like Las Plagas. We didn't just take something we used in another game and put a different name on it. No, can't prove it. That's actually the first realization of that I've had. To be honest, that's legit as well. Still learning new things. Since this effectively eliminates the costs of not only POW handling but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had the Hazard and even blah organization chomping at the bit to get on board. I'm assuming what these are is explained possibly in the DLC that's coming that stars Chris Redfield. Oops, spoiler, Chris Redfield's in this game, but again, you probably already know that. The project would never have existed were it not for the discovery of the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamycete. I don't know if that's actually even a word. The fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce the mutamycete set genome to a pre-stage 4 human embryo and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty, Series A through D, to the perfected E series. So that explains the history of the whole of Evelyn and what led up to her in a vague sort of way. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl to ensure ease of blending in with urban/refugee populations, or you're just really sick. The first E-series specimen, named Evelyn, has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete seat, any of those things is probably right, from her tissue at will. It is also of note that Evelyn's mutamycete, I'm going to have to settle on a word, mutamycete, whatever, it's going to be that, imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Evelyn achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the auto-inducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. Pseudomonas. Whatever, I got my letters mixed around. Evelyn's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Is that really discrete? Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Evelyn, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Well, yes, that's the point of hallucinations. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first the phantom Evelyn appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. Yep, again, messed up. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. That explains a lot. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Evelyn's brainwashing effect, and by the time mental control is achieved, the mutamycete infection has progressed throughout the body's cells, so the body... whatever that's supposed to be. That's a lot of redacted words. Though what I would like to know is, what if your infected victim is already insane and doesn't care about self-mutilation and stuff like that? Would it still work? Is there anything on the back? Let's say you can see what's been redacted there. Confidential, so we'll just leave it out in the open, shall we? Last one. Evelyn's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms. Superorganisms, haha! Formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct, and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. I've mangled that completely. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. Okay. You guys are just sick, and just stop. Although if they stopped, there would be no Resident Evil, I suppose, so whatever. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms the Molded, made of mold, and also molded as in shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it. Until this guy doesn't get laid very often. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing on samples of Evelyn's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Like I say, so basically the serum should have killed Mia because she's been infected since 2015. So I don't know how it doesn't. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. Yeah, they don't like to find cures for their monsters. Can't see why not. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming compound that we now call E-necrotoxin, which in even tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Evelyn's behaviour is in her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she really were their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as a theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. Yeah, sure, why not? On the other hand, well, the sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for a perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. So yeah, trying to shoehorn in some sort of sympathy for Evelyn, which kind of does work, I'll admit. It does to a certain degree. Because yeah, she's only a kid. Though she's not really a kid, but yeah, you know what I mean. And it's over here. What's that? That sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before? If you guess it's the same song the Grandma sings... No, you're wrong. It's totally not. Yeah, it's that. It's absolutely that. Oh, she stopped. Never mind. Hello. I get the feeling you don't like me very much, Evelyn. I just want to kill you. It's nothing personal. Well, it's kind of personal. You did infect and almost kill my wife. Almost kill me several times. Is there another one? I think there's one coming down. Yeah. So yeah, this is your bog standard gauntlet run. Go through every single type of enemy available. In narrow, cramped hallways. Hallways. Maybe a crawler one in a minute. There it is. Well, there it was. It's now stew. Nope, that's just a way you can go around. What was it? No, it's just a way you can go around to bypass the molded there. Although you kind of have to kill them, otherwise you will have about 20 on your ass. Although I've never actually counted how many there are, so... I always forget or worry that there's stuff that come behind you, but there aren't. They all come from... It sounds like they come from behind you, but they all do come spawn ahead of you. I think it's just the squelching and the dripping of the mould there, which is just nasty. Okay, last little bit. This is fun on Madhouse mode. It's very, very fun. That's my headset telling me I'm running out of battery. Hopefully I can finish this up before it dies. Yeah, Madhouse mode. There is a nice fat molded on those stairs there. Coupled with 2 more in here. So if you get past the first one, good luck. You've got 2 more to go through now. That's a big boy. And I think these guys get annoyed that you're shooting them with high-powered weaponry because they start to move faster, particularly this one. Now what's good is that when they blow up they can damage each other, which is helpful. Nope, he's still alive. Yeah, he definitely moves faster. And you did. Let's get up this ladder. I can't remember what the beep means if I've got about half... There's another beep. If I've got half an hour to go or less. Well, I think what I'll do is I'm going to pause it and I'm going to plug in my charging thing because I don't really want it to die on me. Of course, cue some scraping while I take my headset off and try and plug it in. So bear with me because that beeping is going to drive me insane if I don't do this. So 1 second. There we go. I had a funny feeling it would start to die me eventually, but just decided it wanted to be rude and while I was in the middle of a stream. Oh well. Let's carry on. No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not in danger of this dying on me. I really should have got the Magnum earlier. It's such a fun gun to use. And nostalgic for me too. Let's see, look. Mine map, just as you're about to leave the mines. It's ridiculous. Oh, let's go through here. Oh, where is this? Where have I seen this before? I mock, but I like that they kind of come back to where it all starts. And oh, it's Grandma's wheelchair, followed by Fallen Doll, which I'm assuming is supposed to represent Evelyn, but this doll looks very old. And that doll up there has disappeared. Ah!
It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
Well done. Again. Well spotted. So yeah, you get flashbacks here, which I wonder what that means. Oh, now Grandma's wheelchair is gone. As I say, the flashbacks are pretty much all but confirmation that Ethan's infected. E001 is Grandma. Oh my god. Sorry. I kind of had to do that. Is that from Troll 2? He's eating her. And he's gonna eat me. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it's Troll 2. Or Trolls, I don't know. It's interesting to see that from the other angle. You get to see Mia's eviscerated body from when you stuck an axe in her chest / shoulder. Ah!
This is your fault.
Why am I seeing this?
I forgot she moved. I forgot she moved when you go in here. Because I don't really go in there very often, because the last few times I've been trying to run through this as quickly as I can. Oh gee, I wonder what's going to happen now.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But why?
But you shouldn't have done that!
But why?
It fucking hurts!
But why?
Doesn't
Oh
want
god.
to be my daddy? Then he can die.
You're a direct rip-off of every Japanese horror movie ever.
Mommy's turn to kill you.
Well, more or less. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a generalization, but still. The Dolby Daily. Over 20 missing in 20 years. More on the way. So yeah, that was there at the beginning of the game, so I don't think I looked at it. Stop your damn giggling. Da!
One of us. And then maybe you'll play nice.
Your face is really weird.
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing, fool.
No! Get that away from me!
It's gonna go in your neck. Like I say, she's not real.
I want your help!
We will watch it play out. You kind of need my help. Your face is really messed up. Ah. Hello, giant porcelain doll. Which I'm still not sure the connotations of. Is it supposed to be Evelyn? Or I know I did say it might be representation of Evelyn, but it's still really weird. I think it's just something to mess with your head.
I don't want to hurt you.
You've already hurt me plenty. At this point, it's just natural to expect that you're going to, because of a little girl inside your head. It's a good thing I don't pity you then. I don't think she can hurt you, but it was blocked just in case. Now the house is shaking, like it's the Poltergeist. The movie, the Poltergeist, not. This is the, essentially the Mia money shot, where you get attacked by about 4 of them, and they just fade in and out of existence. And now for the final part. More or less. Block. Block. She's turning Super Saiyan. Super bitch. But I wanna kill you. Yes, yes, yes. That's right, just stick her with a dirty needle. Oh, it's not really. Is it a needle? Oh, it might be. Oh, what? Yes, it is her. Yay! Let me count the ways, although that is kind of heartbreaking. But still. You did. Cool. Ugh, that was right in my mouth. I would feel sympathy, but you kind of deserve it. Why does her chair melt? So, yeah, final boss time. And I do enjoy that this is pretty much a callback to Resident Evil 2 with Mr. William Birkin on the train, where he's crawling his way towards you, or dragging his way with his massive tentacles. Although it's fairly close to a tentacle porn, I think, when I said that a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's quite a nasty death there. If you don't succeed, she will eat you whole. She just like chomps on your legs and then the rest of you. Ugh. Helicopter, help me! Help me, please, help me! Okay, no, you're just gonna fly over me, it's fine. So there's a giant monster coming out of the house! I still don't know what she says there. I'm gonna bother to aim, because why? I ain't no boy! You should see the size of my penis. Ethan's, I mean, not, yeah. Yeah. Ow, my leg. Well, you went the wrong way about it, to be honest. If you just kind of put yourself up for adoption, you might have been okay, but no, you had to go the kidnap over 20 people route and cause their brutal and horrific deaths. Yay, I will use it. What is it? And we're back to Resident Evil 1, where you drop the rocket launcher, but this is just a souped up version of the Albert. And she's dead. Like I said, kind of torn straight from Dead Space in a way, but and disappointing too, if I'm brutally honest. Oh my god, a giant rock! And she crumbles to pieces. I love how there's that slight jump between the animation of her dying and then her decalcifying. Whatever. It's over! It's finally over! All that's left is the Not a Hero DLC, which is coming out later this spring, and possibly another banned footage DLC, I'm not entirely sure. They're here to clean up the mess and kill me, which is what I legitimately thought the first time I saw this. It's like, no, please don't shoot me in the head, I've just gone through the night of hell. That's right, take off your helmet. Let me see that face.
I'm Redfield.
Are you?
I'm glad we found you.
And there is some debate on if this is actually Chris Redfield or not, purely because he looks nothing like Chris Redfield, but he's been redesigned about 3 times, so I'm willing to believe that it is Chris. People say it's Hunk or some other Umbrella operative, but whatever. As I say, you'll soon see your own. Hey, Mia! You need a shower.
Mia.
And
You made it.
yeah, shower mostly.
I'm glad.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Why would you say that? As you can just see Umbrella Corporation on the helicopter.
They
Just
say that
threw
when
a lot
one
of people.
closes, Another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was.
Yes,
But not just for me.
and me too.
Me and I weren't the only victims here.
I was a pretty big victim here.
So were the Bakers.
Eh,
It was that thing, Evelyn, who made them that way. But now Evelyn's dead.
yep. As I say, Umbrella
These
Company,
guys are here to clean up the mess.
Corporation. Though their logo looks a little bit different, so I don't know if
We've
that's
just come to terms with
original
freedom.
Umbrella or
Once
someone's
you're back,
taken
you
over
start
Umbrella to clean up their act or
behind
whatever.
us. Maybe this is where the next door opens.
Because in Resident Evil 6 it was Neo Umbrella, so who knows. And now we get to enjoy the title song that I really enjoy actually. And the credit sequence. Everybody's dead. Yeah, I like this song a lot. I have it on Spotify. So, final thoughts. I suppose I may as well give them while the credits are going. I thought this was a fantastic game. First time I played it, it was literally like I was playing the original Resident Evil again, back when I was freaking 7 or 8 years old, and yes, that is too young to be playing a 15 rated game, but shut up. There are kids that play Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, so I think I prefer pixelated blood to killing prostitutes and committing mass murder. At least that's zombies and monsters. But yeah, again, solid all the way through up until the ship section. As soon as you finish on the Baker property, that's where it starts to turn. The first time, because it was my first playthrough, and I'm like, this is awesome, this is what Resident Evil should have been. It should not have gone the route of 5 and 6. As I said, 4 was good to a point, but you could tell that the action change in genre was in full swing. And yeah, this is quintessential Resident Evil to me. Although puzzles could have been better, there could have been a wider variety in enemy types, as I talked about, as a lot of people have probably talked about. What else is there? Tell Aunt Rhody. Lucas. Again, as I said, I thought he was the weakest of the villains, and he doesn't have much of a resolution. It isn't to say that he's not going to, because again, we've got the banned footage, possibly more banned footage to come out, and we've got the Not a Hero DLC. There might be more free DLC after that as well. I bought the season pass like as soon as I finished the game, so I pretty much had access to the first volume of banned footage straight away after I finished the game. But yeah, Jack for me is the standout villain of this game, to be honest, and without him I think this game would have suffered greatly. Props to all of the voice actors and such, because they did a great job, because Resident Evil has always had a bit of a history with not so good voice acting. A lot of cheesy one-liners, particularly from... Actually no, cheesy one-liners from pretty much the beginning, to be honest. Trying to be too Hollywood at times. Particularly 4, where they directly reference that Leon's a Hollywood hero, whatnot. Now, did this game live up to the hype that all the demos generated? Well, I only played the beginning hour teaser. There was the kitchen one, which I think was at E3 in 2000. I want to say 15, because 2016 they revealed the second demo, and then you had the teaser demo. Yeah, I think it did. They purposely showed very little, so you didn't get too much of an idea of what was going on, which is always a good thing if there is a good payoff at the end, which I felt this had. Admittedly, the teaser gave me, and probably a lot of other people, a lot of PT vibes. The teaser for Silent Hills, which is unfortunately no more at the moment. Thank you, Konami. So many words, so many. Don't get me started on Metal Gear Survive. Oh my sweet Jesus! Talk about just taking a shit, taking a steaming shit on one of your most beloved and developed and iconic franchises in Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear, and just going, oh fuck that, we want more money. Screw Kojima, that guy, Kojima, he wants to tell a good story. Oh, what does he know? We just want to make pachinko machines. Ugh. I kind of hope Konami folds, but then again I don't, because Konami has the rights to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I'm kind of into still. I always have been. But yeah. But to go back to Resident Evil 7, I think solid 9 out of 10 this game. Easy. I would have given it a 10 if maybe Lucas had more of a resolution in his story, as I was talking about. Maybe if the ship section was not as linear as it was. I mean, you go all over the place to try and get your fuse and your power lead, but it's just too close on the edge of it being actiony again, when you get the remote bombs and the machine gun. And I mean, I know that she's working for an organization that she's probably been trained, well, probably has to have been trained to use remote bombs in a frickin' machine gun, but whatever. But yeah, if the Baker stuff was an hour longer, maybe, I would have been happy staying in the Baker estate for even longer, because the first playthrough I did took me about 9 hours to beat, and that's with finding all of the coins. Did I find all the coins? Yeah, I found all the coins, all the files, and I just missed the Mr. Everywhere trophies, because I thought, they're a novelty, but no, you get a trophy for it, for getting it all. And if the ending was a little bit different and the final boss was better, I would have given this probably a full 10 out of 10. As for the DLC, Nightmare Mode didn't have to be paid DLC. because that is essentially the Mercenaries mode, which has always been free, at least up until 6, Resident Evil 6. Daughters, I don't mind paying for. Bedroom, I don't mind paying for, but it's almost, you can almost tell that those two should have been in the game, like as part of the main story, as their own tapes, just to see, because again, you go down a trapdoor in a bedroom that you have to move a bed to reveal in the main game, and you do that in the bedroom DLC to escape. So that would have told you, oh, there's a bed with a trapdoor underneath that you need to move to go down into wherever. So yeah, what else can I talk about that's to do with this game? The tapes themselves, all of them are good. Not so much the derelict house footage, because everyone had played that so much in the teaser anyway, so you just play that again, but you're Ethan instead of some random dude that had woken up in their house. Problem. Besides the derelict house one, why was Clancy holding a tape in the Happy Birthday tape? How was Mia so easily handling a VHS camera tape? Because as I said, those things are pretty big. Who left the tapes where they were? I mean, unless it was Zoe, which is the only logical conclusion I can draw for that. And what happens to Zoe, basically, because it's pretty heavily implied that she dies, because I think they outright state that there's no survivors, so she must have died not long afterwards, after you leave her at the dock. So yeah, it's just a shame, because Zoe, coming and going accent aside, I thought was fairly an okay character, to be honest. It was nice to have a Baker family member that didn't want to try and kill you every 2 minutes. Jump scares. Yeah. A lot of them you could kind of you could see coming, but I got pretty well by Jack coming through the wall, purely because I wasn't expecting him to, because I thought he doesn't do that after leaving that section of the house. But nope, he does. He'll do it. Bastard. As I said, it's obvious from some of them that some are purely designed for VR, which is fine, because it was designed with VR in mind, so I don't begrudge it. But a lot of it, what I like is that it's not all based in jump scares. I mean, a lot of Resident Evil games do have jump scares, but they're well earned and they're built up over time. Some not so much, but one I really like, a very good example of a very good scare that isn't necessarily a jump scare, is in 2, where you're just about to go through into a hallway and you see this thing crawl across a window, and you're like, oh my god, what is that? And the problem is, it crawls across the window towards the door you're about to go in, and that is just a perfect chilling moment. It's like, what is that? Please, no, for the love of God, that thing is a naked crawling human, inhuman human thing with massive teeth. But yeah, and just to go back, this poor family that was ruined by Evelyn. And I missed that. Very, very first time I played that, I missed that. Just that vibrating. And I'm like, And I was like, ooh, what's that mean? Which I think is because the codex vibrates when you are close to either Evelyn or one of the cases with the Tensu stuff in, so it vibrates. So I think that's pretty much your guaranteed foolproof. I say foolproof, it's kind of vague, but just further proof that Ethan is infected. So there you go, Resident Evil 7 beaten. 4 hours 19 minutes, which is terrible for easy, but as I say, I was taking it slow and trying to enjoy it as much as I could. Missed 5 antique coins, missed 9 files, which I think, I'm trying to think of the ones I missed. Probably newspapers and stuff, I'm not sure. But anyway, I think that will do it. That's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard beaten. I can't stress this enough, I might try and stream some of Ethan Must Die, but I am at the end of my tether with that shit, because it just, no. If I try it too many more times, I can foresee myself trying to rip my own eyeballs out. Such frustrating as it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Resident Evil 7. I want to try and do this more, but all the games I have I've already played and beaten. But I feel this was a fairly interesting broadcast nonetheless. Well, interesting series of broadcasts nonetheless. Alright, and thank you very much for watching, whoever does watch, or whatever. And maybe see you again with Ethan Must Die in the future. Maybe even Nightmare Mode. I may give Nightmare another chance. 21 is probably definitely off the cards because it's literally just Saw meets Blackjack, and I'm not interested. And Daughters, I might do Bedroom and Daughters as well. There's other options, but I've played them all to death as well. Anyway, bye for now.